Just a couple things before we get into the games and stuff. With the holidays right around the corner, a couple things for Illini fans. One, my wonderful tie here is something we went in conjunction with the Rebounders and Coaches versus Cancer. We had special ties made up and scarves for the ladies that are going to be on sale now. And the profits go to Coaches versus Cancer. Years ago, when Coaches versus Cancer started, that was one of the first events they had, or functions, or items that they sold. If you remember, each school had a Lon Kruger line of ties, and I actually still have one of those. And so we kind of brought this back, the scarves and the ties, and then and tomorrow, as part of our Rebounders group, there's a vendor zone where we have local vendors that are going to be involved. The ties will be there selling things, and the funds go to Coaches versus Cancer. The other event we're having, and we're bringing it up early, is the week we have the Coaches versus Cancer sponsors the 1 week where we have the suits and sneakers. We actually have a road game that week, but the Tuesday after, we played Michigan State on ESPN, and we had obviously great success with the Pink Out. We had a fun event this year at the football with the stripes with the football stadium, the orange and blue, and so we're going to have a Operation Blue Out with the T-shirt they'll be selling now for $9.99, I believe, and we're hoping that, like we did with the Pink Out, that everyone will be wearing this blue T-shirt. And again, profits go to Coaches versus Cancer. And again, we're just kind of mentioning it. We'll do it several times here before the holidays as people look for holiday gifts for their families. Illinois fans, a couple different opportunities to get something if they're trying to figure something out for an Illini fan. So looking forward to both those events, and really looking forward to Saturday. Obviously, you have a top 20 team in Gonzaga, a team that now we face. This is our third meeting with them in our little series. Had a exciting game at the United Center 2 years ago, lost in overtime, a crazy game that had unbelievable runs from one team to the other. And then a game last year in Seattle where we probably played as well as we did all year, probably 3 or 4 games where we played at a high level, mainly because we shot the ball so well. But we put it to them in Seattle pretty well. And now we have a chance with some early success here to really see what we're about. And, with a big challenge. They have the size of Zachary, and experience of him and Harris, and then they have some youthful players coming in, especially at the guard spots, that have played very well, for them. So it's going to be a challenge. They're very good. Mark does a great job offensively. They're very good offensively. If you watched them against Notre Dame last night, if you stayed up, they really put it to them right from the start of the game, and we're going to have to, do a great job of stopping them in transition. They really pushed the basketball. Even watching a little bit of our game last year early, they got us in transition. Then we have to do, obviously, a good job on Zachary. With his size, he can if you allow him to get his body on you, he can get you under the basket. And this is where hopefully a little bit of depth. At the big man, we have 3 different guys we can throw at him. If we get a little bit of foul trouble, at least we have some bodies that continue to come at him. And then Harris is really a problem because he's got such a great motor. He's a little bit of an undersized 4 with the energy and the quickness of a 3. So it's a tough matchup, and and he plays so strong. And then they've shot the ball pretty well so far. Pangos had I think 8 or 9 threes in Washington State game, and then Bell has shot well. Stockton really played well last night. So they come at you in a lot of different ways. I know in the past, when we played them back in the Wooden Classic in '04, they played a lot of zone, but Mark has really tried to move more toward man-to-man. They'll play a few possessions here and there of zone, but I thought last night that was one of the things I was the most impressed by was their defense, and they created a lot of turnovers, which got them into transition. So, so we got a big challenge, but it's see what we're all about.